Hello. We're back. With a big, massive, huge focus on pet hunting. Pet hunting. It's not really pet hunting, but it's kind of pet hunting. Well, right now we're just getting a clue done. But after that, pet hunting. It's my sad little way of trying to stay motivated, you know? We'll find some music here shortly. First, the clue. It's a bit loud. Oh boy. Probably refresh that. You know? Yeah. Y'all dead as hell. Where are we at? Last thing we did with this wizards. Oh, did some chambies. It's been, every time I've had a chance to play on PC this week, it's just been uneventful. So here's to hoping. There's Calvarion from earlier. It's really been an not very gaming friendly kind of week. Been a busy, I guess that's the word. It's been a busy week. And then we check that. Great stuff. Good show. We're not going to cure poison. We'll wait and just cure it all and do it all at once. Hi, what's up, Cubic? We did it. We're multi-streaming. Oh, my goodness. Maybe I'll see you out there. I'll just run by and wave as I run on by. Hi, buddy. Hope you get your drop. What are we doing? Bludgeon. And one of these. Boop, boop. And then the whole suite of things we take with us. This. It should be a while. Yeah. Do you have the spirit shield already? I know you have your, what is it, arcane sigil? Whatever beautiful little pink beam you got to see out there. Just need the one elixir, that's it. You're all dunsies. All dunzaroonies. Ooh, we're wearing a backpack. Supposed to be wearing a cape. Oopsies. There we go. I'm so looking forward to this. I'm expecting great things. It's been about 45 years since we saw something out here. It's been 45 years. His name is AFK at Gargs. Hello, AFK at Gargs. Move the camera so we can jump worlds here. Oh. Take a little peek. Nice and quiet. Little munch, little sip. Pray up, bonk it on down. That's the sounds of the stream right there. It's just the bludgeon over and over. I've been doing more Duke off stream. I'm in the top like 400 and some change of Iron Man at Duke. Get to know my name, baby. Get to know me. I'm a Duke Master. 1800 puts us at 3050 overall. I really don't want to be triple digits overall. But among Ironmen, which again is really what matters because this is a botted boss. Among Ironmen, beep-a-deep-a-doo. 421. Ooh, it's not good. It's not good. Now, we wanted to see, ladies and gentlemen, we did not want to be this low. That's funny because out of the wilderness bosses, Calvarion was the one I said I liked the best. Now, Desert Treasure 2 bosses, for the longest time, I said Duke was the best because he's just so brain dead and easy. I somewhat regret that. Both of those sentiments. Certainly the least generous. Maybe easy, but not generous. We did it. We've done it. We've killed old Bony Boy. We're at 2486. Today's goal, 1 Voidwaker piece. 1 pet, sorry. Don't care about the Voidwaker. He tells the universe as he's basically pleading for a Voidwaker. My casual, nonchalant, looking away way of caring about something. If I don't act like I care, maybe I won't jinx it. Good luck with the elixir, QB. QB boy. Oh no. Oh no. I need to get back to Corp. That's on my to-do list for the year, and I've just not been to doing it. Just boring. And typically whenever I'm doing Corp, I have the same amount of focus that I can divert to the game as whatever my Slayer task is at the time. Corp is not particularly focused work. So lately it's been like, yeah, I could do Corp, or I could finish my Hydra task. And Hydra generally wins. At least Hydra has a useful upgrade. The necklace. Corp is just jokes, man. It's just jokes. It is useful, but the chance is way lower. Speaking of low chances, Limport route, ladies and gentlemen. Limport. Let's hear it for Limport route. Ladies and gentlemen, on today's Y109 Limport route. Up later, Super Compost, followed by more Ranging Potions. Tune in for more Ranging Potions this afternoon as we get more Ranging Potions. Good stuff. Pretty excited about it. What are we at? We're at 2 weeks now, so Zordy should be back any week. Next week or the following, maybe? I don't know. Not doing well keeping up with time. But that'll be nice. Be able to chit-chat about his lives and goings on. What's going on? Good stuff. Hopefully, we're done with this by the time he gets back. Love to rub it in his face. Show him my big old Voidwaker. All the components. Look at all my components. That's really what we want. Magic logs. Boom, boom, boom. This is our 4th kill of the day. Huge. Absolutely huge. To be honest though, I do think I'm a bit burnt right now. A bit burnt out. It's just the lack of getting anything. Just having any kind of positive forward motion. It's just been a real time lately. You know, once you kill 100 Duke in a day, it's like 1 in 7 chance that you would have the ring piece by, yeah. The vestige by then? No. At 1800 Duke, or 1800 and some change, almost coming up on 3 times the rate there as well. It's just this and Duke neck and neck for like, which one are we going to go dry or which one are we going to go 3 times? Which one will we hit 100%? We're already told to go play on Reddit. Blanks. Okay, so the last one was a blue drop. This was a green drop. I guess that means orange is next. So Ring of the Gods, maybe Dragon Pick, depending on how much that's floating at. Oh, you know what sounds really good right now? Butterscotch. It's been a while since I've had good butterscotch. Sounds delicious. Says the mic is working. Cubic, I hope you can hear me. Otherwise, I'm just talking into the nothing. I should post a chat asking if you can hear me. That'd probably be smart. I'd really hate if the restream outcome is just nobody can hear me and I've just been talking to myself in the stream for, what, 2 or 3 streams now? Oh, there we go. I guess I posted to YouTube as well. Whatever. Well, here's hoping. I guess I could tune into one of my own streams. That'd be annoying. Just don't want to hear my own voice, really. What an awful way to start the day that would be for me. I don't mind my voice, but I just have to get warmed up to it. And I remember what to do. Go. Brilliant. Uh-oh. We did not get our orange drop there. That was, what, more magic logs or something. So, very disappointing, to be honest. Thought we were going all the way up. I've been working on the combat achievements. I've been doing some Huey Codal. By some, I mean like 2 Huey Codal. I think is all I've done. I just really don't want to get collection log slots off stream. Just take it and run. I'm gonna get coffee. I'll be right back. If you are in the chat, feel free to let me know if you can hear me, but I will be back in a moment. It's coffee time. See you then. Hello. back in there. Got water, guys. It's all that crying I've been doing off stream. Go get coffee and I just weep with joy. Just blissful. You guys want to know what the clan is up to? Let's see what they're up to. Oh, they're talking about moonlight moths. Fascinating. We got a couple relatively new Iron Men in our clan. I don't think they're new to the game. I think they're just new to the idea of Iron Man. So they've been playing around with like hunter rumors, and moonlight moths and that kind of thing. Just new stuff that Iron Men do now. Which is cool and great, but it's also kind of funny because it's like not at all how I grew up. It's not my childhood, my iron childhood. Big hit. Oh man. Big hit. Big hit. The other thing I've been doing this week, aside from Duke, like if I get a hard clue with Duke that I can't run, just out of sheer I'm not doing that ism, is mastering mixology. And that's a boring time, isn't it? I'm cooking through it, but my goodness, it is a slow process for very, very little progress. Not like slow and a lot of XP, slow on the rewards and lots of XP. It's not like fast on the rewards and little XP. It's just like, XP and on the rewards. It's not great. Not a fan. There's probably a plugin. I think there's a plugin already. But it's not difficult on mobile or any plugin free area. It's just so boring. That's like the last thing I'm doing, my hierarchy of things to do. I just like the idea of getting all the Varlamore Part 2 stuff done. Like on one weekend, just being like, alright, let's go ahead and clog it all. Lock in all those clogs. We've got the agility one banked. It's just the other one now. And then Huey Codal's just hanging out. Moxolotl we'll just have to do. The pet there is just getting it done, you know? It's just kind of just another pet hunt, really. Which I wonder, at 200 KC, among Iron Men, we're ranked 490. Incredible. Top 500. I don't intend to go very high on the KC there, but all avoidable. Love to just cook and get out. I think it just drops elite clues. They're not super common, they're like 1 in 200, but it makes it so if I get a hard clue that I can't do, I can just go there. Then if I get an elite clue I can't do, I guess it's off to Scurious. Duke drops all of them. So the chance we get a hard is not 100%, but he does seem to love hard clues. Ooh, oh boy. Uh-oh. I gotta get out of this hoodie. This is very warm. I thought it'd be cozy. It's not cozy, it's just warm. Thought it'd be warm and cozy. Just warm. Ugh. Good stuff. Magic seed. We don't get those very often. That's cool. In the bag. Not only do we not get them very often, we need them even less. I don't do farming contracts anymore. I've outgrown that. No pun intended. This farming. Outgrown. One more. Okay. I was watching what's his name's Flipping Old Schools video. He does like market recaps for RuneScape every month. And the Voidwaker piece from Calvarion / Vetion is super duper low compared to all the other ones, which we kind of knew. We've looked at it a few times. But I just really think it's probably because of the botting. All the times we go out to Vetion, like real Vetion, it's just completely booked up, you know? All those bots. But that's what it is that drives the price down. Of this one specifically. You can really do a number with just a salve. Or just the maze, I suppose. It's pretty cheap. Coins. Money! Breaking for 2,500 right now. 5 kills away. Me a year ago. Me 6 months ago. Maybe not 6 months. Definitely a year ago, would have absolutely banked that magic seed. But then we did all that TOA. And we've stopped doing farming contracts. And those combined, no. I would love to bank the magic seed. Love to have reason to bank the magic seed. But I weigh putting magic seeds and palm tree seeds in Death's Coffer pretty much every time I open my seed storage. That's what happens. I go, maybe. Maybe one day. Oh, oopsie doopsie. Where's our big juicy boy? There he is. A dog who is too cool to play. Ooh, dead. Prison Shanks. Bah. We did it. We've killed one more. For uncut rubies. The ruby situation in this game is completely ridiculous now. Somebody yesterday was complaining, an Iron Man, one of the Iron Men, was complaining about doing sand mining, sandstone mining, and buckets of sand, all that jazz. Like, I feel like I wouldn't do that if I were an Iron now. I would just get to the game. I know crafting a Fury and everything is important, but my goodness. If you get through the quest stuff, I just don't feel like you're going to be short for stuff to craft. We have so many battle stabs. We have so many orbs. So many orbs from all of the perilous moons. Orbs from Huicoatl now. Orbs from Amoxolotl. Like if you're just doing the content to get your account going, you're going to be loaded up with supplies. And part of that makes me excited to do leagues, and part of it to me is like the most repulsive idea ever. Just going back and doing all of that again. Sounds terrible. Absolutely awful. Nope. Beautiful. We did it. We've killed the boss. My goodness. But we have like 9 back-to-back Voidwakers, right? Like that's how this works. I'm being so serious when I say I might actually start coming here for Slayer tasks. Like if we have skeleton tasks in the wilderness. Just because the number of Voidwaker pieces we should have stacked up statistically. Be nice to bank some of those, you know. I do think we actually just finish out the pet hunt here. Say screw it. Who cares? Give me the pet. Maybe not. Maybe it's not an on-screen activity. It does feel a little silly. We don't need it. There are like a million things we need to do on PC. Raids and Osanis. Hammering away at this little guy because we can teleport out quickly. Seems silly. Yeah, no. Away we go. Hold on, I'll be right back. I gotta get this hoodie off. Alrighty, much better. A lot lighter. Can breathe again. Got arms and stuff. Okay. I guess I have a magic seed in the bank already? Oh. Cool. Oh boy, I don't know why I have that, but I guess I have had one other one. Now we have 2 magic seeds. Mathematics. All right. Mm-hmm. That's delicious. I feel like I've waited 14 years for that cup of coffee. I just had a really big dinner. And so when I wake up, it's like, I would just love just a cup of coffee. Just a big swig. Big gulp of coffee. We're here now. We made it. Congratulations, everyone. Steady. Steady. Easy. Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. So good at bonking this guy. Maybe we should have done revs first. Really push for the rev tasks. I don't think I have any Slayer points, to be honest. Full disclosure, no points. I think I've used them all up on that stupid spider helmet. I think was the last thing I used them on. It's not good. I just got the spider heads and I get carried away, you know? I'm like, ooh, I should make that into a helmet. And then I don't even have the black masks to do so. That's gonna end up being a goal for some year, maybe next year's goal. Finish out all the Slayer helmets. I think they just updated the arena, the PvP arena. So now it's got better matchmaking, better connection services, I think. I don't know, it was like a footnote in the update this week. Regardless, you have to figure out how to imbue them all, whether it's that or Nightmare Zone. I really don't want to do whatever that is in Nightmare Zone. 9 different helmets, whatever we're up to now. I think it's only like 5 that I don't have. Well, I don't know if you count the Zuck one. The Zuck, the Verzik Vitur. And then Jad. I think that's it. I guess we have to keep the KBD heads for the Dragon Hunter crossbow. Once we get that, we can whack some KBD heads on it. That'd be the play right there. I like the black one better than the blue one. Just looks different, I guess. Gold ore. So after this, do we just finish out Wilderness Pets? It's just Callisto, right? That's it. That's all we gotta do. Probably not. No, that'd be the answer. No, we do not. But next year's goal, at your bottom dollar, it's gonna be high up on the list. Finish Wildy Pets. What day is it? Is it the 17th? 18th? It's the 18th. Tomorrow's the 19th. That's right. Got a peek at those free games from Epic. No. Got a pick of those completely uninteresting games from Epic. I think I already have the one they've got next week. The one this week is not really my style. Thank you very much. Once again, we've killed the boss for Wine of Zamorak. Very impressive kills here. Very impressive climb. So impressive, it makes me want to play a different game. Love it. Love it. We didn't have so many stupid things to get to on PC here. Absolutely would be playing something else. If it wasn't just locked to raids and all this dumb late game content, all this silliness. If we were still running Sepulcher. You didn't have to do that, bud. You didn't have to hit the guy you can't hurt. I wonder if we're gonna get a stab armor set. Look how Justy has crush and they've made everything crush oriented. I wonder if we do stab next. I guess the mixed hide has stab on it. We don't have a slash one, do we? Seems like that'd be next. It's just gonna be better for the scythe. Which is kind of unfortunate. Just upgrading the best in slot. It seems like they need to do a stab armor and a best in slot stab. Or they could do the stab armor and a best in slot slash, I suppose. And then we'll worry about stab another day. Just feels like melee's still not completely got its legs under it for best in slot gear. No response from Cubic. It's a little disconcerting. Should probably listen to my own voice on Twitch or something. See if it's working. He also didn't complain, and if anyone was to complain, it'd be Cubic complaining. He'd say, "We can't hear you, your mic is off." And I'd say, "You're right, buddy. You're right." I feel like we're far too early in the stream for me already to be talking about playing a different game. And that's how you know it might be burnout. Bro, you are dead as hell. Thank you. Dark crabs, that's nice. I've been using these a lot. Truth be told, I just really don't want to take a cooking break. So I've been using dark crabs at my Duke kills. Dark crabs and a couple manta rays. Yes, sir. Just zero interest at stopping to cook all the sea turtles. Part of the reason I'm doing mixology is because it drops that whatever it's called, the secondary ingredient box. But that makes it so you can go to Vorkath, crush up the bones, and then save them as powder, because that's a secondary ingredient. And I would just love to do that. As an Iron Man, I'd love to be able to do more than like 2 kill trips there, and get all the bones out of it. So, mixology must be mastered. Unfortunately, but it's in our best interest. And if we need the clog slots anyway, why not, you know? Why not get her done? This kill has dragon pickaxe or dragon two-handed sword written all over it. It's got that energy to it, you know? Feels like it's going well, but not too well. Where's the move? What's the play? Gold ore. Gosh, I bet that's just wonderful for Iron Man. We have 14,000 gold ore. It's 2 million, just gold. Or, just gold ore, not gold. Beautiful. Hiya. Again, we are pretty much the best bonker there ever was. Mm-hmm. I'd really love to see something. And I'm really warm. I don't know why it's so warm in here. Cool. I guess I should take my hand off the mouse in the wilderness. Especially when all that dark fishing bait's on the ground. Ooh, scandalous. I always promise myself at some point I'll fish up all these dark crabs, and I just won't. With all the Rada's blessing bonuses hitting, all the crabs, my goodness. Should probably fish dark crabs just for the sheer blessing it would bring PKers to give them all the dark crabs. Oh my gosh, the value we could add to the economy if we just fish dark crabs. Think of all the value we could add to the whole RuneScape world. Sucks we don't need any food, so we'll never do that. I think at a certain point you just have to accept you don't need more food. I think 20,000 sharks is a good time to accept that. 20,000 sharks and all of the hard clues we do all of the time, which have sharks regularly. We're good. We'll be okay. Not even counting the sea turtles, which heal more than a shark. And all the temporos we've got to do. We're good on food. Oh, planks. How much is the bag doing? It's 500,000. We'll bank it. We're also banking because just low on prayer pots. It's really the reason. I suppose we could try Vation, but I don't really like Vation. I feel like we get crashed too often. Let's do it. Let's try Vation. We'll go get killed real quick. I know this is a dumb idea. We need an extra prayer pot. It takes a little bit longer to kill him. Sure, seems good. This is a dumb idea, but that's okay. It's just nice to mix it up sometimes, you know? This is gonna go poorly. Okay, let's not be a negative Nancy. Let's be a positive Paul. Maybe we'll get 50 more dark crabs, which would be pretty nifty. Anything in the clan? Somebody got a Fosani's personal best of 13 minutes. Holy cow. Somebody else just cleared out. What the? Somebody else just cleared out the Giants Foundry game. I'm not expecting good things. I'm expecting bad things here. I'm expecting to die. Some PK die. We'll see. Nope. I can't even hover the pod. I just instinctively want to hover the seed pod, but here we go. Maybe we should have kept our blood moon for this. I know it would have degraded, but supposedly it's just wicked fast. Because you get the extra hit sometimes. And it's crush, obviously, with the dual Makawara. And let's be honest, we don't ever lose our 4th item unless we're not praying against it. I stay strapped with those prayer pots. It's not even close. Usually just a matter of, am I praying correctly? Not do I have the prayer to pray? I would say that's the best thing about modern PKers out here, is they're not very good at killing you quickly. Usually time to let it linger. The ones who do kill you quickly, kill you so quickly you have prayer left. Like, not necessarily a perilous situation. 50,000 GP. Out of all the drops, that's like top 2 least favorite. I don't know what the... I think the Voidwaker piece is 312. We're only here to get to the drop rate and then we're gonna go back. So we can complain about being dry everywhere. That's the goal. No, no, no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. I'm baby. Wow, that's really obnoxious. Jeez, it's 45 people there. Well, that's just obnoxious. See how big of a waste that was? Waste of time, really. I don't even know how much we lost. 200,000. Okay. Most of that was just my pants. What am I doing? I'm getting the bludge. I already have the bludge. What do we not have? Necklace, cape, helmet. Helmet. Did we lose the gloves? No. Necklace, cape, helmet, blessing is all we need. Yeah, really not terrible as far as losses go. It never is. It's just a waste of time. So we had like 6 PKers, 200,000 divided across. So each one made about 30k, if that. Maybe, no, not 40. I think there were too many for 40. Just sad. Alright, back we go. Thanks for reminding me why I don't go out there. Not that we need much of a reminder, but now we know. Won't make the same mistake twice. God forbid anyone do content in this game. Yeesh. Me again. You know what the worst part is? This is the worst part. The worst part is most of the stuff here cannot go in Death's Coffer. That's the worst part. So we're losing money, and we can't just get cash back. I guess you get cash from time to time, which pays for the Nezzies. But most of the stuff here just can't even go in Death's Coffer, so it's not even worth getting. Like the piles of loot, all the gold bars. I'm not gonna make those into alchable items. Bracelets or something stupid. No. I guess we could make them into emerald bracelets, but that sounds like a terrible time. As far as AFK activities, it's gotta be one of the least useful ones. Why does it say my Vetion kill count is 334? Somebody went and killed Vetion? Thank you. Very nice, very sweet. Because we got one hit and then the 1,000 PKers came in. So we got credit for that. And we got 2 super restores out of it, in case you were curious. Yeah, we can go collect those at any point. Instead, we'll just take our ranging potions. Thank you. Our entry fee is dropped. Just gonna keep hammering on this one. It's a lot more pleasant, truth be told. Partly because of the death thing, and partly because I don't like free gearing. It's the worst. So we go with this one. Oh, if you're lurking in the Twitch chat, feel free to follow the YouTube chat. Follow or subscribe. It's appreciated. Genuinely appreciated. I'm gonna work out the tags on stuff. The thumbnails, that's the word. I'm gonna work out the thumbnails, making it look more aesthetically pleasing. The goal for tomorrow. I haven't had a weekend since I got it all set up to dual stream. I'll have to do that tomorrow. Beautiful. We've done it again. This time, death runes. Next time, who knows, you know? Who knows what kind of cool treats we could pull next time. We're at 2,500. We're under 300 away from being at the pet. You just don't get within spitting distance of a pet very often. I know I don't, thankfully. Certainly not as much as we've been over the past couple weeks. This is very irregular. Oh, there we go. Test. Neat. Are you next to multi being at what? Are you next to multi being at singles video? Next to multi being at singles. Can you hear me? What's up, Mad Dog? I'm not next to multi. I'm kind of close to multi, I suppose. But you can just teleport out if you're quick with it. Hopefully you can hear me okay. Oh, look, dragon bones. Neat. Yeah, we're close enough to multi that it's dangerous. I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Hopefully you can hear me. Hopefully. Can you see my mouth moving? That would be a better tell. If you can see my mouth moving and you can't hear me, then it's problematic. but we're fairly close to multi. You just don't run to multi, you teleport. Just GTFO, fam. Slap the gas and get on. Don't go to multi. Why would you go? No, you. There are. I'm hoping you can hear me because it says you can hear me, so I'm just gonna assume you can hear me. Yeah. There are plugins. Okay, cool. There are plugins that make it so they can mark the wilderness lines for you. So it can mark level 30 wilderness and it can mark multi wilderness. So you're close. It's close enough to like multi-way, but you can mark it if you're trying not to go that way. I don't really care about multi-way. I'm happy to die. I'm usually quick enough with it to get out. The problem is just our drop rate out here. The problem is our dry spell we've been on. A bigger problem for me than the multi-way issue. Happy to donate my life and body to some broke little PKer who needs the money, whose mother doesn't talk to him in real life. Like, I'm fine to donate like that. Not a problem. They get my love and unending sympathy for being PKer. When you think about it, they're the ones who are standing alone, really, not Ironmen. Ironmen are all banding together to complain about stuff on Reddit, but PKers, they're the ones who are out here just killing people. The few people that interact with them, they just straight up murder. Real loners. The real loners. Yeah, it's fine. I don't need to worry about the multi-way. I guess if you're worried about it, get the markers, get the plugin if you're using Runelight. But I just don't really care. I think out of all the times I've been pursued out here, I think any time that I haven't gotten away, it hasn't had to do with multi-way. It has to do with either the person understands how I'm trying to get gap and they are able to effectively stop me from getting gap, or it's just such a quick kill that they get it. Usually not a multi-way kind of thing. Holy cow. Is it? Is it though? Is it? It's not fun for me. I mean, live your life. It's just not, I don't know. I don't get it. Like, I genuinely don't understand how it's fun. It feels like it'd be fun if you're fighting against other people. It's just the way it is now. It just seems like loot pinatas, as they say. It's not an even exchange of blows. It feels like that scene in Always Sunny where they're just waylaying the kids. Like, they're just out there trying to ride bikes. I'm just out here trying to get some stupid drop. I don't want to be out here. Why am I getting waylaid for this? Oh, because the money is so good in the wilderness. Like, yeah, but I don't want it. I would happily just give up the money I have in my pocket to not have to go and re-gear. If I could just dump my stuff on the ground. I should do that. I should just keep it in my inventory and just dump it on the ground. No looting bag ever again. Just straight up dump it on the ground. They don't usually catch. I mean, I can let you know. You'll see. But they don't usually get the TB. I'm usually pretty quick with it. I don't mean to sound too like woohoo. But I've been here enough. He says as he gets lightninged over and over. But I've been here enough that it's not really a big deal. It's really just the drop rate thing. Presently, without the Void Waker, without the pet, we're actually here for the Void Waker. We're not here for the pet, but we need the pet. So I'm trying to lie and say that it's the pet hunt because the Void Waker is so dry right now. I'll tell you what we're at after this kill. It's above 2,500 with no Void Waker. Yay. Just gonna take that. 2512 without the Void Waker, without the pet, obviously. And that is why we're here. Just trying to clean up a list of to-do items for the year and trying, ooh, message. Trying to get the Void Waker nailed down to then make Phosani's a bit smoother would be lovely. Wish this dropped death runes in bigger quantities. It's alright. It's okay. I'm gonna go get more coffee because it's really just hitting the spot today. We'll get back to it. So, I'm gonna be right back. We're 2512. No Void Waker. Only one death so far, which isn't terrible. I'll be right back. See you in a second. Alrighty, your buddy got the pet at 20, 250. Oh no. No. I had another Iron Man I made. I don't know if you're an Iron, but he was complaining about not having a dragon pig axe. And wasn't very good at the game. I say wasn't because he stopped playing since. But I was like, bro, you got to go to Vetion. This is super easy. He was mostly a mobile gamer. And I was like, you can definitely do Vetion on mobile. Just watch out for PKers. But otherwise, yeah, it's super easy. So he came out here and got a 6 or a 9 KC pet, which is just... At that point, I had like 900 KC, not the 2,500 we're strutting today. We're showing off. So super duper undercutting to my efforts. That's how it works though, right? That's how it is. I really wish we had something better like that. Some real low KC. I'm that way at Venenatis. Venenatis KC is real good for the pet. But unfortunately, Calvarion is not the play. Vetion has not been generous. Well, he's generous with the ring. I don't want to complain too much. My Ring of the Gods was locked in early. But the actual drops that we need now. It's just been a long time. It's been a long time since we've seen a spoon. Yahoo! One more. For the fam. Got it. Nope. Nope. Yes. Venenatis. Venenatis. Oh. I have most of my Venenatis kills are the old Venenatis. I don't know that I've done new Venenatis. I've definitely done Spindle. And since Spindle's come out, I've got I had one Venenatis pet. I've gotten 2 more since Spindle came out. Still no Voidwaker pieces. In 600 KC, I've pulled the pet twice from Spindle. Not from Venenatis. From Spindle. And we are just cooking on Voidwaker KC. Everything else, no Voidwaker pieces anywhere. Just a complete free fall for Voidwaker pieces among all of the wilderness bosses. I think I'm 600 or something KC at both RTO and Spindle. It's like 600 some change at both. And then Callisto, most of them were pre-Voidwaker kills, and Venenatis was all pre-Voidwaker kills. I don't like Venenatis so much. I don't know, it doesn't interest me. I don't mind Vetion. Really? I just don't like it for some reason. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because I don't have people who go. Maybe it's because it's not multi, like... I just don't enjoy it. Maybe it's the sound. It's kind of a weird sound. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like Venenatis. I don't mind Spindle. For some reason, Venenatis just isn't it for me. But if you like it, obviously knock yourself out. I've made a ton of money here. I like this one. This one's pretty well. Yeah, no. Past tense. I really enjoyed this one. Up until about a month ago when we just said, you know what? We're going to hunker down and get that Voidwaker done. Big mistake. Biggest mistake. OSRS player makes his biggest mistake of the year by setting goals. Tragic. Jagex says no. Jagex and a whole bunch of PKers say no simultaneously. Resounding no. Not for you. See, I've heard other people doing that. Yeah, I've heard other people doing that, and somebody in the clan offered to do that because we play at the same time. He works nights, and I don't know what time zone you're in, but it's like 5 in the morning here. We started streaming about 5 in the morning, but he works nights. So his time to play is kind of a weird time, and so we overlap a lot. And he offered to just put his pure account up at Vetion if that's what I was going to be doing. Because he's since become an Iron Man and just doesn't really use his pure. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't really see the value, I guess. I get it. I get the drop rates better. But the fact is, if we're dry here and we go over there, like, probably going to be dry still. We're still, I mean, we're not spooned over there, by any means. And I have other accounts I could resurrect from years ago if I wanted to just put an account down out there. I don't know. I'm not angry enough to do that, I guess. Also, there are people in our clan who would do Vetion if I can find the right people online. So it's not like I need to be going alone. I just like to do things alone because Iron, by the way. Just like to hang out by myself. This internal issue I have. Where I think I should just do content rather than asking others if they want to do content. 90% of the game has just been played solo. Everything but Chambers, I think, has been solo so far. Not a big group boss kind of guy. I would solo Volcano if I could. Regularly. It's just way too slow. Huey Codal's also not going to be done solo, because that is ridiculously long for a solo boss for how little it drops. Eek. Move. Smooth. Oh no. Yeah. I guess I could bring something more defensive if I wanted to do more solos. You probably have a mace though if you're taking a Dragonfire shield. You're not using a Bludgeon's sweet DPS. Sweet, significantly reduced DPS. It's not bad, it's just certainly no mace. Certainly no wieldy weapon. Nope. Whee! I guess we could just blitz for the rev weapons before we really hunker down for the Void Waker, but that's not what I put on my to-do list for the year. I put the Void Waker on my to-do list, and we're gonna to-do it, gosh darn it. It's gonna get to-done today, to-now. We're gonna get her done. Oh, if you're lurking in the Twitch or YouTube chat, feel free to follow or subscribe. What are you doing? Don't do that. Yeah, don't do that. This is your 30-minute invitation. Ah! Different than the last 30-minute invitation. It's newer. It's fresher. It's a cleaner invitation. I gotta figure out my thumbnail business. I don't like them. On YouTube. It's kind of dumb. Not very inviting, is it? Gotta figure that out. Yee! It's okay. We'll figure it out. The plan is tomorrow. Tomorrow's a big day. Gotta do legs at the gym. Gotta figure out the thumbnail situation. That's pretty much it. Big stuff. Eek. Obviously, we'll get the Void Waker today, so you don't have to do that tomorrow. That'll keep the tomorrow to-do list pretty light and breezy. Okay. Let's check the price of the Void Waker real briefly here. I don't know. Okay, good. I don't know if it was going to be pink or orange. I just want it to be pink. That way I can tell the difference. And we don't accidentally grab another Ring of the Gods and tap dance on out of here. Though we will. Like, we're not going to hang out if we get a 5 mil drop. It's going to throw off our protected items. As soon as we get it. Zoom. We're in hyper space mode. Did we Photoshop or... Oh, jeez. I don't even know what GIMP is, so I'm going to say, Adobe? I'm going to look it up. Maybe, if I can find a sweet time to not take damage. Oh, I do not have that. No. I guess I should use something like that. I've been using... what's the one I have? Hold on. I can tell you. It's on the back screen here. Well, gosh darn it. Inkscape? That sounds right. It's just like... It's pretty much Microsoft Paint. Just squishing images together. Free open source Photoshop. I see that now. Interesting. I appreciate the shout. I might use that. That's actually quite handy. I've just got to figure out what I want the images I'm using to be with thumbnails and whatever. My streaming to YouTube and Twitch simultaneously is kind of up and coming. Last week was the first time we've done it. You know, I haven't really made a habit out of it. So I'm still kind of feeling it out. I think you might be one of the first people to chat on YouTube. So congrats. But also, and just still getting used to it. We've had plenty of people who show up on Twitch and we hang out, you know, we'll have relatively, not large streams, but quite a few people. More people than I would have expected. So Twitch is fun, but I thought it'd be nice to kind of spread out and see what we can do. I don't feel like I'm a terrible streamer. I feel like I'm entertaining enough. I'm like, all right, let's double the people we have that were... Yeah, dude, they're so important. I was saying that last stream, that like you have to find this balance between an interesting looking thumbnail and not too formulaic. It can't look like every other thumbnail. But at the same time, it has to look enough like every other thumbnail that you recognize what you're looking at and have to go, oh, sure, why not? Same with the title, I think. The title has to describe what you're doing, but can't be so like, read like a spam email. $500,000 giveaway! Exclamation point, red little light emoji, fire emoji. Yeah, that's kind of the plan. Either that, it's going to be kind of imitating the Ironman and other people who stream and I know are fairly successful at streaming. What is it they say? You should beg, borrow, and steal until successful or something. You just figure out what other people are doing if that's kind of the vein you want to get in and work your way. You just got to work your way into the business. I don't know, I don't want to talk shop too much. I don't want to talk about how the sausage is made, but yes, that's the plan. Kind of see what works. I know what doesn't work. It's not going to be a thumbnail of the shot you're seeing right now. Not a thumbnail of my little face on top of the game. I think that doesn't work. It looks garbo. It's going to actually be a thumbnail. But I just need the time to do it. I could have done it this morning, but the stream schedule is we stream in the mornings. So this is what we've got. I'll do it maybe this afternoon, and if not this afternoon, certainly tomorrow afternoon. We'll figure it out. Yeah, you don't want it to be too clickbaity. You want it to be interesting, but not seeming fake. It's like the difference between a good baked good and a bad baked good. Where you can go to Walmart and you can go to Kroger, wherever, and go to like their bakery and see the super duper pre-baked pies. And you're like, they look too good. It's too perfect. The lace on top of the pie, lattice, lace, whatever. The cross of the little bread is too perfect. Like clearly a person did not do this. We need some sort of human error here. And not like a problem, but we need some sort of lack of, what is the word? The symmetry. It needs to lack symmetry in some kind of way that's enticing. It can't be too perfect. It gets uncanny. That's the word we need. It gets uncanny. If your little thumbnail is too perfect, it feels like it's generated by like committee. Like a bunch of people voted on the most interesting thumbnail, and that's never the most interesting video. Overprocessed. Yeah, that's what we don't want. That's what we're trying to avoid here. We don't want it to be like Iron Man collection 100k sub special. Wow, and like little explosions of color like wow. No. I also don't feel like that properly frames the content. First of all, because this game is never that exciting. Never, ever. I mean, during Leagues maybe, but Leagues is like crack. So it's never that exciting. It's never like, whoa. It's always like, meh. It might be something. So you don't want it to like sell the idea that it's going to be a crazy stream, because it's probably not. Certainly hasn't been the past couple of weeks. It's been like this. Second of all, you don't want to overpromise. I don't want to overpromise me, you know? I'm pretty chill in real life. This is the most outgoing I get. I'm pretty introverted. So I don't want to sell the idea that I'm going to be like screaming or like, I don't know, anything crazy on stream. It's not going to happen, you know? So I don't want it to oversell the stream for the game. I don't want to oversell me for the streamer. It's just a fine line. It's a very special kind of cocktail we've got to whip up. I'll come up with it. I'll make it happen. But I appreciate the GIMP shout. That's a good... I've got it pulled up on a second tab. It's a good piece of information. I did not know that existed, so I will be using that. I'll look into it this afternoon. Whether or not I make the thumbnail, I will look into it and figure out how usable it is for me. We'll listen to jazz in the background. Yeah, no, we can't have an overprocessed super sugar kind of thing. We don't want to be oh, jeez. I've just gone to the wrong place. Tee-hee. Oops. It happens. I don't know what I did. I clicked something instead of pushing a button, I think. Ugh. Ugh. There we go. Good stuff. Supposed to push the button R as in Richard. That sends us to the spot. Where are we at on kills? 2,521. For those of Ironman keeping up at home, well, when we started the stream, back at 2485, we were ranked 270. So, I don't mean to brag, but, you know, we're doing pretty good. Hype is hiding my... I just don't like excess hype. I can't sustain it. I'm not gonna scream. I mean, I can sustain it if I'm doing like a horror game, but I hate playing horror games. And I don't even think that's hype. That's just me being in a traumatized state of like complete like anxiety. It's not fun. So it's not even amusing for me. It's just me being panicky. It's the wet cat when I play horror games. I only say that after playing like 2 horror games and not finding them to be pleasurable whatsoever. I don't know how people sustain like hype through a whole stream. I guess it could be fun if you have like 1,000 people talking or whatever. But I don't know that that's, I don't know. In my head that sounds like fun. But in practice I can appreciate that that might not be fun. If there were 1,000 people talking in real life, whew. What convention am I stuck at if there's 1,000 people talking? I don't know that I want to be there. It'll be fine. It'll be fun. It'll be fun to multi-stream. We'll see what happens. If it goes well, or basically the way that I need like a roadmap for the stream stuff. We need like things we need to do and things we want to do. So things we need to do would be like the thumbnails. The things we want to do would be like, if, you know, if the stream ever actually made any money, it would be buying real multi-stream software so we can get rid of this stupid restream tag that's in there. Little thingy. What else would we do with money? Probably upgrade some of the some of the hardware for sure. I wouldn't mind buying a newer computer. This one's, he's getting there. Say consistent, quality over quality. I completely agree. I think that if you have a niche, that if you actually maintain your niche and cultivate your little group and what you want, you not only will you be more successful, like because you'll be good at what you're doing, what specific thing you're doing, you'll be having a better time because you'll feel like you're truer to form. You're not just chasing a trend. Even if you end up being a trend setter, if your trend is, I don't know, you stream Rust and wear a little cooking outfit, a little chef's outfit, a little chef hat while you stream Rust and you're the Rust chef. If you're the first Rust chef and everyone chases your trend and then you're like still the first Rust chef, so people watch you for being the Rust chef, you're going to feel better if you're enjoying it, if that's what you want to do, rather than just trying to stay on top of a trend you've created or chasing a trend, which you'll never catch a trend if you're chasing a trend. I think you just have to play what's fun, and I think you have to have conversations that you find to be fun, and I think you have to create stuff like spaces that are sustainable. As in, like, if you're trying to make, you know, if you're the one creating thumbnails, make it so you enjoy the process of creating thumbnails. If you're the one editing videos, enjoy editing the videos, or hire an editor. Outsource what you don't enjoy, what parts of the process, if you can. That's the other thing I'd probably do if we had money. Try to find somebody who could edit, you know, long videos to put on YouTube, so we have something that like stays up. Not that that costs a lot of money, but real life is expensive, so there's not really money to throw at a hobby like that presently. It sucks, but it's true. But I agree with the quality over quantity. There's no point in making more content just to add to the noise if you're not enjoying it, and if it's not something you consider to be of quality. Why are you doing it? I just want people to hear my voice. But if it's just every other voice just echoed again, it's not really your voice at all, you know? Thinking about thinking. What if one Void Waker Yeah, the only reason we're streaming at all is just to become a streamer and then get streamer luck. That's all we want. It takes time. Yeah, and I've done it a bit, and I enjoy it when I'm in the rhythm, but I don't think I would enjoy it enough to make a video and then listen to my own voice and everything and hear it over and over and simultaneously hear my voice and then put it into the context that's either fun or funny or creative or entertaining, because I get so, you know, caught up in like, do I sound okay? Is this exactly what I want to be saying? That I can't really focus on like, I can make it entertaining. It's more focused on the objective side of like, what is this thing that I'm editing, rather than the subjective of like, can this thing be funny or entertaining, or how can I blend it with something else? And maybe that just comes with editing more and more, but I think that that's always kind of been my hiccup when I have done editing, is I just get so hyper fixated on it. I think you gotta know what interests you about it. Maybe it's just a time thing. Bonk. Maybe it's tools, you know, maybe if I had better tools. I don't know, I always have a bit of an issue with the tool argument, because I feel like the people in life who are the best at things don't always have the best tools to start, they just keep going. So then I'm like, well, maybe I just stopped editing too early. Maybe I was just being a baby. I don't know. I don't know that there's a right answer either. It's not like you have to suffer for so long before you realize you're good at something. Right, and I can appreciate that. If you don't enjoy part of it, like you said, quality over quantity. But if you don't enjoy part of it, you're not going to get the quality you want out of your content if you're so fixated on like, God, I hate this one piece of it. Like, yeah, so get rid of that. Now you're making good content by your own standards. Congrats, that was easy. Lower the barrier to quality, you know? Not lower the quality, but lower the barrier you've put up for yourself. Photos on any videos are very similar. It's about the layers. Yeah, it's about layers. It's about really getting in there and thinking about what kind of feeling you want to convey. It's about thinking about the time commitment, like both from the audience perspective and yours. Like, are you gonna make the beginning of the video try to capture people, or is it gonna be too much too soon? And if it's the appropriate level to capture people, is it gonna be something that's like gonna take you 4 times as long as any other video to edit to capture, you know, 3 people, maybe? It's all about the balance. This is a very slow kill. There we go. What are we at? Yeah, we'll figure it out later. I'm not even gonna look at the kills. I don't care. We're not there. If we don't have a pink beam, whatever, pink, purple. If we're not seeing a loot beam, we're not there yet. Oh, for sure. I mean, half the videos I watch, I'm just listening to the audio. Watch, you know? I assume most people are the same way. It sounds like most people are. But I'm watching them as I do dishes. I'm watching them as I, you know, work or go move laundry. I'm watching them. And I'll pop by and like visually watch them. But getting the audio perfect, or at least not terrible. There's like 4 issues with audio. Some people have really echoey audio. If it pops, if it doesn't pick up enough and it cuts out, if it's too high, if it's too low, if it's just gross along the way, or if their voice is genuinely annoying. Like if it's unbalanced audio and it makes their voice bad. Sometimes people's audio sounds too produced. People not, sometimes they'll just oop. This is true. And I mean, that's, I would say, maybe 80% of the videos I watch on old school RuneScape are just because I'm AFKing something or because it's somebody I like. Very rarely do I venture into new OSRS spaces. Sometimes I'll leave them and then come back, like Torvesta's videos. Don't love them 90% of the time, but sometimes I'm just like, you know what? It's been a while. Let's see what he's up to. Let's see if he's dying on his hardcore arm. That's the engineer, but you know what I mean. Sometimes you just take a break. But yeah, there are definitely ones that I'll watch that are a little bit longer form. Yeah. It's not only big if your voice is lame. If you have a good voice, but it sounds hollow, like you haven't balanced for the room you're in, and it just sounds like you're talking at the wall, that's also super important. It's not fun. I mean, to me, categorically, it feels like it is pretty much editing. You're editing your voice as opposed to a video, but you know, it's not fun in the same way editing is not fun. It's very technical, but it's pretty rewarding once you get it nailed down. And once, if your software doesn't screw up, once you've got it down, you should be able to kind of set it and forget it. You should be able to just run with what you've got. Wow, oak planks. Look at that. Thankfully, I don't think I have too bad of a voice in real life. Just naturally, I've been told it's not bad or it's good. But you need audio balanced in order to convey that. You can't just rely on, you know, a microphone cam or something. Microphone cam. Reverse that. Camera microphone. You can't just rely on some camera, like some, you know, like Zoom meeting, office, like telecall, phone pad that you just yell at. Yeah, lots of environmental factors. How loud you talk, what angle your microphone goes in, how close it sits to your face, kind of desk you own, what the walls in front of you are, because if the walls in front of you are padded, or you have something up like a closet or something, it's going to catch sound differently rather than bounce it around. These things are important. I'm going to go get more coffee real quick, and we're going to pick up and really just continue doing what we've been doing. Gosh darn it. We're going to keep on hammering on. So why wouldn't we? I'll be back in a moment. We'll keep on. Yeah. Oh, you said you're quite aware of environmental factors. This is true. I thought you said you have to be, but yes, I am. I've worked in television, so it's not completely lost on me that these things are important. Same with the camera. Like, I'm aware my camera has a long shot in the back. Normally, it's kind of like over, let me see. Normally, it's over here like this is a better shot, I think. It's cleaner. It's more symmetrical. But this shot hides what world we're in, so we go to this side. I should just have a black square or something that I should probably just add that just straight up. Can we just add that real quick? Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. Yeah, what else can you do out here besides that? Let's add a source. Just a color source. Just a black box. Oh, you lost me. There we go. I'm just gonna move this around so I don't have to move my camera ever again. Isn't that nice? Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. And then watch this. Oh, not that way. Hold on. Nope, wrong way. There we go. Oh no. Oh no. What world are we on? You'll never know. Oh no. Psh, yeah, we should do that. We should add something totally egregious down there. Actually, what we should do is we should add the like Twitch and YouTube notifications there, so whenever they ping, it's just on the black box. But I don't know. I don't really like it. That's kind of unsightly, isn't it? We should add something there. We'll figure it out. We'll add like a little Lego flower down there or something. That's what we should do. Just something, some watermark or something. All right, I'm gonna go get coffee. I'll be right back. We'll figure out. Maybe we'll add something. I don't know. Be right back. All right, I'm back. That is a freaking brilliant idea. That's a genius idea. Just a screenshot and then make that the image. That's perfect. I'm going to do that. 100% going to do that. 100%. Absolutely going to do that. I'll, not right now. In the middle of something. But I will 100% do that. That's amazing. I'll put my Tumikins in there. Bunch of cash. Stuff like that. Yeah, for sure. Fulmasori. You know. All the fixins. The problem with that, slightly, is I don't want people to be enticed to come and find me. But hopefully, seeing me constantly do stuff like turn on prayers is enough to deter people. Hopefully. Could be the stream chat. That's a good idea. That's actually a better idea. Should probably do that. Oh, don't touch the bones. Should probably do that. Let's do that. I don't know. Yeah, we'll have to do that. I'm not exactly sure how that works with the Restream website. I'll figure it out. I need a notepad. I used to have a notepad I kept on my desk for stream notes. Just little things I could jot down throughout the stream to tighten up and fix, but yeah, it was all running so smoothly before we did the multi-stream. Things like thumbnails weren't necessary. Things like changing where the Twitch chat was not necessary because we only had the one chat. We also didn't have the black box, but that's neither here nor there. I just have to figure it out because now I'm using OBS. Yes. As opposed to Streamlabs. But at Stream... The chat's a good idea. I have a pen. I still have the pen we used. Just need the paper. I think it's in the drawer in front of me. It's a bad time to be getting paper out of a drawer, though. There's a lot going on. Ugh. The chat is a better idea, I think, than the 100 mil or whatever. It'll look more natural. Nobody's gonna believe I'm just carrying my Tumikins out here to come and kill the boss with my bludgeon. I like to just keep my Tumikins on me. Not only that, but it allows the multi-streaming, and I think it's allows for greater, like, customization. Streamlabs is nice and smooth and clean. It doesn't really allow you to get into the nitty-gritty. Eek! I'm trying to appreciate the nitty-gritty. If I'm going to be streaming consistently, I might as well be good at it, or at least not totally doing it at surface level, you know, putting in a little bit more effort. I'm just trying. I'm just trying my best. Also, Streamlabs is constantly just wanting you to buy something, whether it's multi-streaming or some backgrounds or something, you know? I always got something to sell, whereas I feel like OBS is kind of like, you know what, here's your software, get in there and do whatever the hell you want with it. This is very silly. This is absolutely silly. Hold on. Oh wait, I still have the dry calculator pulled up. That's amazing. I just leave it pulled up these days. What do you think the percent chance is? 93.7. We're about to leave 93% behind. Getting up to the 94s. Wow. You just don't see 94% chance very often. Yeah. Might as well learn it right and actually, you know, learn it rather than just being like, good enough. Might as well actually know what the hell we're doing. Seems like it makes sense. Will we get to 94% chance? Will we get to a full 94%? I bet we will. I bet we do. Okay, I'm kind of over this jazz. We're gonna throw on some DMCA free music, gamer music. Go. No. Yay. Brilliant. I don't really know how to calculate if we're dry at Duke or not, because this stupid Duke thing rolls thrice, you know? The ring is what I'm dry on, not the eye. So we're dry on the ring, but the ring has to roll thrice. I guess the 1 in 720 that talks about on the wiki is all 3 pieces. It's a 1 in 720 chance to get the full 3 rolls. So I can look up 1 in 720. We're definitely dry. I'm just curious the percent at Duke. It's more common at Duke, but we have less kills than we do here. It's this and Duke. They're neck and neck. This is what I can do if I'm sitting at the PC. You can hammer at this one. This is true. I know that. It's unfortunate, but I'm aware. So I've only been streaming on YouTube a week. Right, I said that. We've only been doing it a week. I think within the week, we streamed Minecraft last week and Old School. And the plan was Minecraft again tomorrow, but it's just been the 2. I don't want to get too in the weeds with what I'm streaming. I recognize that the algorithm does... First, I think, what my understanding is, it likes people who play one game. Next, it likes people who play one type of game. So, like, if you're playing MMOs, it will recognize you as, like, if you're playing, just a slew of MMOs. If I played this and WoW and Throne and Liberty or whatever, it would be like, oh, this is an MMO channel. Great. So, I think... categorically, this and Minecraft have no overlap, which is unfortunate, aside from gaming. You know, it's a higher level. So that's unfortunate, but I think that's how the algorithm works, and I might be incorrect. But my understanding is, yeah, what you're saying and what I'm doing is not helpful for that at all. Both in it's not doing what you're saying, and it's not even doing my own understanding. But it is what I want to play. And maybe we just end up streaming just Minecraft on YouTube. And then when we're on Twitch, we stream Old School. I don't love that idea. I don't know. The other thing that I have a bit of a wrinkle with, a bit of a question mark, I guess, is Minecraft's audience, I imagine, is quite different than Old School's audience. Old School RuneScape's audience. So, I'm just not sure. You know? There are plenty of people I know who play both or enjoy both, but I'm not sure... Just not sure the overlap in the audience, but it's kind of a risk I think I'm willing to take. Worst case scenario, there is 0 audience overlap, and I'm just cranking out some RL craft content for nobody, or for, you know, only a couple of people. This is true, and like I say, I know plenty of people who play Old School who play Minecraft. We have people in our clan who they and I have talked about doing like modded servers together or whatever. So I don't think they're completely 0, but I don't think the algorithm would appreciate the similarities. They're both long grind kind of games sometimes. Minecraft, unless you're speedrunning or, you know, whatever. There are plenty of long projects in Minecraft. Unless you're trying to get cracked through the game, which most people I don't think who still play Minecraft are doing that. There are plenty of longer form ways to play that game. So I would think there'd be some overlap there. Dragon Bones. Just add another account to yours. This one here, just be Old School. Huh. Could be. This could be. We've got this one. You just mean like a sub account, like Matagetti Games Old School. I really wanted the Matagetti Games account to be just streaming. I suppose I could do just Old School as an account. I don't know. I'm not super opposed, but I'm definitely not on board. I just don't know. Should look into it a bit, maybe. Yeah, and I have a couple. I just don't know if I want to have like the tedium of switching. If I play Old School in the morning, you know, if we have a normal like stream like we're doing now, and then later in the day I have time to play a Minecraft stream, like do I want to have the tedium of switching all the stuff on the back end to make it go to a different account? Maybe, you know, maybe that would be better. Maybe that'd be healthier. But again, since we're streaming both to YouTube and to Twitch, is like, how advantageous is that really? If the audience who's watching could also just be tuning in on Twitch, it feels like we're really catering to the YouTube audience that way. And I'm not disagreeing that it's the best or a better way. It just feels like really you catering to the algorithm and the YouTube audience algorithm, while just being like, I'm the Twitch guys, we'll just figure it out. I guess that's true. I don't know. I'm not turned off to the idea, but I don't like it. It's not a hell yeah. It's a probably. And then it's like, if you do that, let's say, right, so on what you're saying, like that appeases the algorithm, right? Let's say the opposite works, where people who are watching your Minecraft streams just love they want to watch your RuneScape content. Like, do you like keep separating them, or would you weave them back together at some point? Like if you had people who are showing up and like, hey man, I show up to all your Minecraft streams, but you're streaming RuneScape over here, like you have to follow twice or subscribe twice or whatever. And even further still, God forbid, if there's a third game that I want to play, you know, do we make another account? Or like, where do you put, let's say you just have a one-off game that comes out and you just want to give it a try. You're not even committed. Where do you put that one? Like, these are genuine questions I would have. This isn't just me trying to play devil's advocate. This is like, if we're going to go on this journey, we need some orientation here. We need some sort of heading for where we're going. Videos versus streaming, because I don't love people that look for streams, YouTube versus. Yeah, this is right. That's kind of how I mean with like catering to YouTube. It's like we're building around this algorithm that I don't know is where people are primarily going to be. I know there are people who watch Minecraft streams on YouTube, which is why I'd be willing to stream Minecraft on YouTube. I know some people, like RuneScape players, put videos on YouTube, but I don't, and maybe this is just me, and maybe it's me and my exposure, but I don't know that there are a lot of old school RuneScape YouTubers or old school RuneScape YouTubers who just go live. Typically what I've seen is either people who do old school RuneScape on YouTube will go live on YouTube if that's where their audience is, or they'll route everyone to their Twitch. I don't know that there are too many that I see that just go live on YouTube and hope that, you know, does enough. Like, it's usually a little bit of, I mean, the algorithm is keywords themselves. This is true. And that's, yeah, I think as far as aiming at the algorithm, obviously that's something that I'll keep working on with time. But I think the thumbnail conversation we had earlier will help kind of trend that direction. Because I think my understanding is if we're aiming at the algorithm and people are clicking on the video, the algorithm will be able to kind of perceive what's being clicked on and what else those people watch, and it will be able to flesh out what's happening based on what the audience is doing. If that makes any sense. I think that makes sense. So if the audience that watches old school RuneScape content and watches World of Warcraft content starts clicking on these videos, the algorithm will say, okay, I think there's a MMO kind of content happening here. You can use the tags and that's fine. But if you have people who typically watch old school RuneScape content and watch retro gaming content, I think the algorithm might push you that direction and say, okay, this channel is clearly more retro gaming kind of stuff rather than just MMOs. Oops. So that to circle back and say that I think building the thumbnails to properly reflect what's going on and hopefully entice the right kind of people, people who are genuinely interested in this game or, you know, whatever, but to have people come in who are going to feed the algorithm what they're coming in for. I think that all makes sense. It makes sense in my head. Yeah, I'm not disillusioned that it's creepy. I think my I guess the way my intellectualizing about it is just trying to kind of figure out the best way to be proactive. Because I think and obviously I don't know the algorithm 100%, you know, nobody does. Because they change it and everything else, but I think you kind of have to kind of push it in a direction and let the audience also push it in direction. I think there's a lot of interplay between what the audience is doing and what the algorithm is doing and what you're doing. You can't just set up your stuff and expect the algorithm to carry, and likewise you can't expect the audience to push you in the right direction. I think it's both. And I think that's the right way to do it, right? Because if people are looking for the content, you want them to find it. Simultaneously, if people are looking to produce the content, you want it to get to them. It's controlling people, but I think the people are controlling people as well, you know? That's what I'm saying. I think there's autonomy. All three parties involved, the producer, the receiver, and the algorithm have autonomy in the process. Each one is trying to do something for the other while trying to do something for itself. Obviously, the benefit for the algorithm is if the algorithm representing, you know, YouTube or whatever, Twitch, whatever, the benefit for the algorithm is if it produces the right result, people stay on the site longer. People are happy with the content they're getting. If you are somebody who likes retro games and MMOs, you want to see old school RuneScape. If you just like MMOs, you want to see Throne and Liberty. If you just like retro games, you might just want to see old school RuneScape. Or, you know, what other retro games you like. Sorry, total tangent here, but sometimes when you grow a mustache, you just get really irritated little hairs. It's just the worst. It's just random sometimes. Just a little hair that's like, I'm gonna be a pain today. Hey, I'm gonna hurt. Not like infected, not like gross. Like, take care of your face, you hygienic, but sometimes they just grow in a weird way that they're like, I'm just uncomfy. Thanks. It won't last all day. Just be uncomfy for a little while. Sweet Moses Mary. Is this worth it? Surely the Void Waker's not going to save us this much time, right? On any boss we kill? I think we should probably go bank these potions. They're quite handy. The algorithm is controlling people. The algorithm's built by people. So people are controlling people. Hey, Sanfu serums. Look at that. As an Iron Man, I'm going to bank those. We always do. Somebody got level 96 in a skill. Good old D's nuts in our clan. We love D's nuts. Somebody else got Tombs of Amaska done in 32 minutes. That's it. And somebody else complained about we do raids. So, shave your stopping. It's not that long. It's just a small mustache. Yeah, that's ideal. When you're not eating your own facial hair, that's that's the dream. It's so great. Ugh. Oh no, no, it's never top 10. Not only is it not top 10 in like most watched, it's not, there's categorically, it's like the only way you could say that's top 10 is if it's top 10 things Netflix wants you to watch. Like, it's not top 10 highest rated, it's not top 10 most watched, it's not top 10, it's just top 10 things Netflix thinks you should watch. It's the same if you're watching Netflix and it spits out a like similar show or similar, you know, thing to watch. It's half the time it's not similar. You look up Friends and it's like, did you mean Bob's Burgers? And it's like, no, I didn't. I didn't mean that at all. Why in the world, aside from an algorithm, would you spit that out? An algorithm that has an agenda. Why would you spit out something so unrelated? So you've watched The Golden Girls. You might also like watching Ghost Hunters. Like, no, I don't want to watch that. That's not at all what I wanted to see. Oh, yeah. Google, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. It's artificially. Artificially is a funny word there because it's not really artificial. It's just intentional. It's not artificial. They've genuinely done it. It's artificial to maybe say that it's the most searched result. What's always funny to me is if you go and you look up an actor, just any actor, and you look up the people that you look up, you see, like, if you look up an actor, you'll see the people that other people look up for with that actor. And some of them will say trending, and it's the most random people you've never heard of, and there's no reason at all they should be trending. It'll be like, you'll look up Kevin Bacon, and it'll be like, Bruce Willis is trending. Like, no, he's not. Nothing's happening with Bruce. Stop. You can't make me keep looking up actors. Get out of here, E-News. Not interested in all the actors. Yeah, but it certainly doesn't seem artificial. I would venture that it's not artificial. It's just intentional. Just, you didn't do it. Just Google letting you know that there are actors out there. I always find that to be funny because like my girl and I will be watching a movie and we'll look up an actor or something who's in the movie and it'll be like, oh, Demi Moore. You know, people who look up Demi Moore also look up Sabrina Carpenter. I'm like, no, they don't. No, they don't. They look up Jennifer Aniston. I'm like, no, they don't. You're just lying. It's like talking to somebody who just has that weird obsession with Hollywood. Where you're like, oh, I watched this movie last night. Kevin Bacon was in it. And we're like, Kevin Bacon? You mean Gary Oldman? You're like, no, I don't mean Gary Oldman. Why are you talking about Gary Oldman? Well, people always say that those two go together. This has been the last 4 weeks. This same boss kill rotation. This boss, this boss, this boss. 25, 39. I'm good. That's it. I just had to get that out of my system. Just that big old moan of pain. Thank you. I'm kind of excited. We've talked a lot about the boring kind of technical stuff with YouTube, but I am kind of excited for when we do our mass casket openings again. Maybe it'll, you know, have more people show up. Maybe it'll be more fun. We can double the audience whenever we do giveaways. Stuff like that. It'll be fun. I think it'll be fun. It doesn't have to be fun for you. It'll be fun for me. And whoever wins the giveaways. Hook planks! Whenever Netflix removes ratings, YouTube removes dislikes. Yeah, I completely agree. We gotta be able to know when people don't like something. I don't think we're gonna get very far if we're constantly trying to make people feel like people don't dislike stuff. Even if the dislikes are like trolling or review bombing, I think that's also valuable feedback. If people are review bombing you, ask yourself, why? Hiding it doesn't stop it. It just makes it so TMZ writes an article about it rather than seeing it on your YouTube video. Also, if we want to have genuine dialogue, I feel like we need to allow people to dislike stuff. For any reason, should be allowed to say no. No thank you. It's also not subtle. Like if people dislike something, like a YouTube video, you know, and there's no thumbs down, they'll comment on it and say they don't like it. And then if they can't comment on it, you having the comments shut off and no dislikes, it's usually pretty indicative of like how people feel about what you're producing. Whatever you're putting out there that people aren't allowed to give any feedback on. Like, obviously, they're probably not big fans. I don't know. I really like the idea of being able to rate stuff. I like the idea of being able to have discourse around stuff we don't like. Regardless of what it is, we need to be able to talk about bad ideas, bad products. Here's the uncut Dragonstone, putting us at a grand total of 28 of them. We have 1605 KC on the board on the loot tracker, which is significantly less than we have at the boss overall. The boss overall, we are coming up on the pet drop rate. Sadness. Sadness, sadness, sadness. It's fine. I'm good. It's fine. It's all good. It's fine. Oh. We've got like 15 minutes left to stream. And while I'm not sad, I'm a little disappointed. I really thought we were going to be done today. We might still, I suppose. Wouldn't it be fun if we ended like that? I don't know. Oh, hold on. I can see, I missed a message there. Must have at least taken and there is no automated customer service. Yeah, it's not helpful. It's not helpful to remove all of the human connection from stuff and be like, why does nothing feel real anymore? Well, because I don't talk to a real person. You put out stuff that's made by committee, and then when I watch the stuff made by committee as a real person and I don't like it, I can't even express that opinion. Not to real people. Not even can't express that opinion to real people, but you can't express that opinion to it's not just real people. It's like you can't express it to the company because like you said, it's automated or whatever, right? And you can't express that to individuals who are also taking the product because you can't review it on Netflix or whatever. You can't thumbs down the video and say, I don't like that. It's like, well, I don't like it, and I guess I'm gonna be a little troll and go, wait, what is it? There's like a lock now on Metacritic before you can leave reviews. You either have to have someone's They're just limitations, you know? I don't know if you know. Metacritic and Rotten Tomatoes, there's just limitations to how much air your reviews get. Yeah, it's good. It's the modern age. The issue of the modern age. Over-industrialization. We've made everything extremely convenient, including not listening to your opinion. So, no thank you. Unrelated, but I really like your YouTube profile picture there. Slightly jealous. One of the pets I do not have. A little doggo. One day, maybe. One day, maybe a dog. But until then... Oh, boy! That was a bad place to stand. Bye. We've really been dry on elite clues here. It's been a time, hasn't it? It has been a time. Probably maybe 7 more kills. That'll put us at 20... What is that? 2550? Yeah. That seems like a good place to knock it off, right? And we can do something else for a little bit. For the next 5 minutes after that. Before we end the stream. I don't know. Yeek. I really wanted to get to Phosani more this year. I really wanted to get the mace worked on. We put that on the to-do list as well, but I feel like the Void Waker before the mace makes sense. And we can spec at the final phase. Otherwise, we're just... What are we going to use the Void Waker on, you know? If not Phosani. Yeah, I need to change mine as well. So when I was saying earlier about the thumbnails, I went... Yeah, last week I was able to get the multi-streaming just working. And then I went to my YouTube channel at the end of last week. It must have been... So I normally stream Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. It was Sunday afternoon that I went to my YouTube channel and was like checking out what it looks like when it streams and the tags and everything like that. And I realized about the thumbnails, but I also realized I want to update... Sorry, the dog is like scratching and you can hear her leg hitting the ground. It sounded like somebody was knocking at the door. I just realized stuff about the YouTube channel I wanted to change. So I need to change my profile picture, stuff like that. I use claws, but I don't love it. We've had plenty of claw noodles. Part of the problem with claws is that we're using the Soul Reaper axe at Phosani. So if the claws miss, which they do on occasion, or they don't hit super high, we're left Soul Reaper axing, which is constantly tapping our health. It's just a bit, like, stressful. There have been at least 2 times that I can think of that we've died at Phosani being at 8 and 11 health. And I don't really like doing that. And I know that's partly on me, because I could just drop the Soul Reaper charges and bonk it with the SGS, since we take an SGS to deal with the little bugs, the parasites. So it's partly on me. That's not, you know, I'm not confused about that. I just feel like a Void Waker would be better. And we need it for the collection log, and we need it for the count overall. So, let's do it first. Oh no. You use claws pretty much everywhere, though. I'm trying to think of where we don't use claws. Like where the Void Waker is just going to be the clear choice. Even at... well, we don't really do Vardorvis anymore. But back at Vardorvis, we were using claws pretty regularly. It's a very expensive looting bag. We'll go. We use them at Vardorvis. We use them at Duke for a little while for the speed run things. Where else? Oh, that was 2545. We got 5 left. I'm trying to think where else we use claws. Not very many places. Not very many places. It hasn't been a lot of bossing that's used spec energy lately. Oh, we have 2 Dragonstones. Wow. Very impressive. Wilderness bosses works pretty well. That would make sense. So I don't really take a spec wep here out in the wilderness. I guess Kraw's bow is a spec weapon. We have Kraw's, which seems... Yeah, it does. We have Kraw's bow, so Callisto, I guess we have spec. And then Spindle / Venenatus. Not a big deal. Most of the wilderness bosses die quickly enough. I don't ever think about spec. I think Void Waker's not bad at Vorkath, but we use claws where the BGS of Vorkath. I feel like I'm missing somewhere. Somewhere that I use claws that I want the Void Waker for, but I think most of the places that I want the Void Waker for are different. I think you use it in tombs. Use it as the monkey. Use it on Baba, because it's technically a magic hit. So I think you can bzz, Baba. Where else? I don't know. Probably use it at Tob if we ever end up over there, you know? Ever end up over there? We'll see. We'll get there. It's just not a today thing. It's not a ever thing. Could probably use it at Hydra for some big damage if we do melee Hydra. There are probably other places I'm just not thinking of. Probably Huey. It's probably good at Huey. Use it as Barrows. You're like, this guy's an Iron Man. He's going to be at Barrows before long. He's either there or he's going back. We're never going back to Barrows. Can you imagine taking a Voidwaker and a Shadow to Barrows? How ridiculously unnecessary. That's right. If I ever go back to Barrows, it's with Tumikins. Yeah, I have not done Tob. Full disclosure. Looks fun. Haven't done. Part of the reason we got the Soul Reaper axe was to take it to Tob, but just haven't got there yet. Mostly because at the start of the year, I wrote out a list of goals and just didn't put Tob on there. I just didn't. I wrote one mega rare, thinking that I would rotate kind of between the different raids. No. Nope. It just meant settle into tombs and get the Shadow. But goals for next year, or maybe this year if we finish out the other goals, will be Tob. Will be finish out Chambers and Tob. And by finish Chambers, I mean finish Chambers. Should probably learn CMs as well, but... I think within a year you should be able to finish Chambers, right? If that's pretty much all we're doing, I would think. I don't know, we should probably do some Tob before then, just for the Vernic. Make our Dragon Hunter Lance go burr. Get that last little bit of DPS. I don't think there's anything else past... Well, Torva. Yeah, it's Torva. Oops. But if we do Chambers, I think that'll make Torva easier. Because we'll have a T-bow to be able... Or just the Dex. I mean, just purely getting a Dex would make Torva easier to obtain. Shaboy's not so good at getting the Dex. Death runes. Wow, 120 of them. Wow. Quick array. Well, see, yeah, and I'm not really worried about the Scythe. Again, I think Soul Reaper's fine. And this is as somebody who doesn't really do much Tob. Just watch some content, read some DPS calcs, and I've surmised that I think the axe is fine. But I agree. It seems like a better raid overall. Oh, the Twisted Buckler would be good too. I forget about that. I genuinely forget about the Buckler. I forget about that, and I forget about the one of Vorkath. The Skeletal Visage. I think for Tob, I agree with you on everything you're saying. I just think it takes a... First of all, it takes a little bit more to get into, because I think it's like the scariest for people. The scariest of the raids. And second of all, it takes a pretty consistent group. I feel like, and this is as somebody who hasn't done Tob, I just read and, you know, watch stuff. But I feel like Tob takes a group of people who knows what they're doing a lot more than Chambers. Chambers, you can whack somebody on melee hand at Ulm, and you're good to go. Like, if you have 1.5 people who know what they're doing in that raid, you have a mage skipper, you have somebody who can kind of run, and then you have a mage, the melee hand who just has their thumb up their butt, and you're good. Whereas Tob, I feel like you have to have a synchronized team of at least 3 people. You've got to, all 3 of you have to know what you're doing for it to work out. And I do not know what I'm doing. There have been people in the clan who have offered to go and like teach. I just haven't done that yet. We'll get there. I'm not worried about it. It's just not happened. I don't want to make it sound like I'm punting on it either. I'm not trying to kick out Tob further than we need to. It just hasn't happened. We need that sweet Justiciar so we can go to the Grottor combat achievements. What's the one? Defense Matters or whatever it is, where you just sit there and pray flick and stab the hell out of Grottor. That's what we need. Bonk. Probably would be good to have Tob over with before the next raid is introduced. I would say my only nit with raids, this is as somebody who's done hundreds of them at this point, is I really feel like Chambers capes shouldn't be locked to CMs. I don't like the inconsistency in this game, and if you show up to any streams, you know, for any period of streams, my primary gripe with this game is going to be inconsistency. Why in the world do you have to do 2000 CM Chambers to get the cape over there, and you can do 2000, I think you can do 2000 easy mode, no, it's 2000 regular TOAs or 2000 regular Tobs to get the capes at the respective raid? Doesn't make any sense to me. Like, the game just needs some consistency. That's not to say anything about the difficulty. Like, I'd be happy with 2000 hard or expert mode TOAs and 2000 hard mode TOBs. Fine. But making it inconsistent always drives me up the wall. Because then if I try to, like, explain the game to somebody and I try to invite them to play, I feel like I have to go into it with this really nuanced, and it shouldn't be that difficult. Yeah, and I'm all about that. I love the constant threat of death. I've said many times on this stream that Phosani is one of my favorite boss just because it feels like what you're doing matters. As opposed to like Vorkath where it's like, oh no, I made a mistake. God, I eat a shark and we're good. If you mess up at Phosani's, just reset. Like, you're dead. Congrats. People have asked in the clan if Phosani's is easy or if it's difficult. To be like, is it difficult? Like, no, it's not hard. Just don't make a mistake, because if you make a mistake, you die. It's not difficult. You just deal with whatever's coming. And if you don't, die. The end. Very simple. I'm looking forward to doing Inferno. It was on the goal list for the year. The only reason I haven't worked on that at all is just because we don't have Dex. If we had a Dex, we'd be working on that. But I just can't seem to pull a Dex for the life of me. Now, Arcanes. You can get some Arcanes out here. Alright, there it is. The end. That's the stream, ladies and gentlemen. That is all of the kills we're doing today. I hate this drop. I've said that before. It just takes so long to pick up. Oh, it's not the bad one, just kidding. 2550. We're gonna go ahead and switch worlds just to update our high score ranking. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Oh, this is gonna be painful. I need to do the Inferno. I'll get there. I just want a Dex. It's gonna be a Bofa Virtus Inferno, so I feel like a Dex is pretty much necessary. We don't have the best. We at least need something to kind of smooth the gaps. All right, here it is. Where's our high score ranking? We're now up to 240 Calvarian. I think we were at 240 before. Maybe we were a little bit lower. 1,034 in the entire game. Overall, we're 1,034. That is so disgusting because Calvarion has absolutely been botted. That is so, so disgusting. I hate that. I love it. All right. Well, that's that then. Thanks. Thank you. You too. We're going to bank all this stuff and I'm going to grab my AFK gear that I use while I get breakfast. And then it's off to real life again for a little bit. But I'll be back tomorrow. That's the plan. We'll be back in the morning. We will do... Ooh, I am all sorts of messed up. We'll be doing probably the same stuff, to be honest. Unfortunately, but necessarily doing the same stuff. Just need the one Voidwaker piece. If not that, maybe Phosani. And if neither of those, who knows? You know, really... You were a hardcore. I was a hardcore and I died on stream. I was streaming one day and it lagged and we died in Lumbridge in the swamps to a giant frog. And this is why I've not gone back to hardcore, because I just don't trust Jagex's ability to keep the game from lagging. Between Jagex and AT&T, my service provider, I don't trust the game to be online all the time, you know? So I'm not gonna gamble my hardcore status on those two entities and their ability to keep things functioning. I've had internet cut out before while we've been on stream, so I just can't be bothered to go 400 hours on a game that's gonna just die. It was early. I'll check. Here's the hardcore. Here's the red helm peep. We were level 14 in hit points. We were level 30 mining. Like, we were just getting started and had died. Nope, not a single boss kill. Not a clue completed. Level 12 combat. Very, very sad, but it's funny. Rank 300,000 on hardcore crafting. Sorry, it's so funny. It's so stupid. Oh man. Yeah, it wasn't good. It wasn't good at all. Prayer level 6. But yeah, it was just getting started and got whacked and just couldn't be bothered. It was on stream and I remember having the conversation of like, I don't know if we're gonna keep going as an Iron Man, but I feel like I'm not going to keep going as a hardcore Iron Man because this constant looming feeling of death is just not worth it to me. It's a little bit of that, and it was like, so my arc, we have a couple minutes. My arc with RuneScape is when I started playing, I had a main account, a normal account, and I just got so tired of doing stuff for GP. Like it felt like a little GP treadmill. Like you could theoretically, and I was at the time because I was working from home. This was like in the pandemic. You could just AFK rune crafting, like blood rune or soul rune crafting, and then take all that money and put it on the best in slot gear. And ta-da, you can beat the game a lot easier because now you suddenly have the best in slot stuff. Like that's what it was becoming because I was AFKing blood runes so much during the pandemic. So after a while, it got really existential. It was like, am I even playing a game if I'm just on this money treadmill? And if I'm on a money treadmill in the game, it would make more sense for me to go get a real job and just buy bonds and then buy the stuff in the game. Like it doesn't make any sense for me to actually sit down and level skills if I can just go buy stuff to get the stuff to play the game. So that was when I started an Iron Man, hoping to get, you know, a little bit more satisfaction out of what I was doing. And I think it has been so far. It's been a lot more satisfying, but the other side is, it was a death, which is unfortunate. And as you say, it gets more intense, but it's also been a lot of learning. Like had never done Zulrah prior to the Iron Man. I had never done Vorkath, raids. I had never done raids. I'm trying to think of just anything in the game that you think of like being some sort of threshold, some sort of step through the game's progression. I had never done it. Half the quests. I had never finished like Sins of the Father pre-Iron Man. I'd never bought claws. Like I'd never done used dragon claws. I had never gone ice barraging. It was just a lot of things to like learn and figure out what it meant to do stuff in the game. Hadn't finished Monkey Madness 2. So Demonic Gorillas, the first time I ever did those were on the Iron. Just a lot of stuff like that. So it's been really good. But as far as you say with the pressure mounting is like, yeah. And it would have been so much more because I only had the Iron Man experience. So it was pretty much guaranteed that at some point I was going to die, whether it was doing Bandos or Kriara or Quest. Like death was pretty much guaranteed. So I'm happy to bow out of that pressure and just actually enjoy the game. Which everyone becomes an Iron Man percent of max buddies. They have nothing else to do. That's fair. It's always a bit strange to me that people kind of route themselves to Iron. I don't know. There are people in the clan that I'm in, and maybe not everybody's this way, but they're Ironmen and they don't want to be maxed Ironmen. Like they refuse to do agility and some of the more boring skills, smithing, but then they've become Irons and they do raids and they do like middle in-game content. One of them's done the Inferno. Like they do that kind of stuff, but they don't want to max because they find it boring, which I think is interesting to be self-sufficient, but also like not willing to do pieces of content. The juxtaposition of I'm going to do everything and also I'm not going to do everything is like, okay, I guess if that's how you want to play, that's by all means, you know, knock yourself out. I don't get that. I like Iron because it's kind of feels like a survival game. I love a survival crafting game. And it feels kind of like that where it's like, I'm going to do this and I'm going to figure out the most efficient way for me to do everything. It might not be the most efficient way, but I'm going to figure out the most efficient way to get my thieving up, given my life and given the game. So, you know, if you're a big mobile player, maybe it's Master Farmers because they don't have menu entry swapper yet on thieving. So maybe it's that as opposed to Vyres and Elves. Or if you're able to AFK all day, maybe you're really good at agility. Oh, it's a hard clue. Mother of God, that sucks. But just, it's nice. It's nice that it's like the Iron experience is like individualized, I think. Maybe it's, you know, maybe I'm overselling it, but it feels that way. I think that's fair. I'm only maxed because it was the goal for last year to finish maxing, and because the drop rate for the pet at Hallowed Sepulchre is not bad. And so I was really hoping we would get that there, and we didn't. So it's been a lot of penguin agility since, but that's pretty much the reason why I'm maxed. It's very little to do with anything else. It's not just, I don't know, it's nice being maxed, but it kind of sucks. Anyway, I'm gonna go. If you're lurking, again, feel free to follow or subscribe, but I will be back tomorrow and we'll carry on. So, a pleasure, Mad Dog, Cubic, who swung through the Twitch chat. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye, so long, kisses. Bye.